of accessing the resources. Now, what do you mean by resources in terms of computer? Can anyone tell me? Just using general knowledge, you can tell me the answer, that what kind of resources may be there which can be shared by the users, and for that purpose they need to form a queue. Can anyone tell me this?
Input,
Yes.
RAM or GPU.
Yeah, CPU you can say, definitely. RAM also, okay, I will write RAM also, no doubt. We will discuss on this. Anything else?
GPU,
Okay, someone has told me
threads,
CPU, you are saying GPU, it's okay. I mean, ultimately you are saying processing resources. Okay. Anything else?
threads,
हाँ, pardon?
threads,
समझा नहीं मेरे को, बोलिए जरा अच्छे. How do you spell it?
THREADS,
E H
T,
T
THREADS.
thread. Okay, threads you are saying, na? Okay, fine.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Yeah, thread is a actually not resource. Thread requires resources. Okay, because thread is what? It is a part of process, right? Thread is called as a part of process, and what is process? Process is a part of program, right? So ultimately, when you say thread, it means program, means the code which want to access to the resources, right? So thread is the entity which will require resources. Okay, fine. Got it?
Yes, sir.
Huh. So input output devices are also the resources, right? Say for example, printer, okay, because you want to print something, okay, or scanner, right? Or you can say, uh, in old time, I can say, not now. In old time, there are punch cards, okay, because nowadays we are storing program in memory, but earlier when memory was very expensive, at that time punch cards were used, right? And that was called as batch operating system was used at that time. So batch operating system means what? One user will have his own batch, other user will have his own batch. Likewise, they will provide one after other batches to the operating system. So they form the queue. The users will form the queue and OS will take batch one by one. Okay. So these are the resources which you have told me, CPU, RAM. I have added some IO devices, right? So suppose now this is a network printer, right? A network printer is there, and you are user one, user two, and three. Okay, because in company what happens, every individual user won't get a printer, so they have to share the printer, right? So he can also give the command, he can also give the command, and the third one also can give the command. Suppose he has given for 5 pages, right? He has given for 6 pages, and he has given from for say 4 pages, right? So if the policy is such that it will print one page of this, other page of this, other page of user 3, what will happen at the output of this network printer? You will have one page of user 1, another one page of user 2, and one page of user 3. Then again second page of user 1, second page of user 2, and second page of user 3. Likewise, so the papers will get mingled. Okay. So what should happen, that if the first the command is given by this user 1, then it should be stored in the queue here, and unless until the work of one is finished, the second, if it is sending the request, that will be stored here in another queue, means next to that queue. This will have first priority, this will have second priority, and if the third send once again, it will stored here at third priority. So when first will finish, second will be reached to the first position, third will go to the second position, and likewise. Okay. So here in the buffer of the printer, in the buffer of printer, what happens, all the information, say for this is uh, 5 pages are stored here, then here 6 pages are stored. Okay, 5 plus 6 11, and the capacity is suppose say only of 12 pages, right, for example. So the third wants to send 4 pages, but what will happen, only 1 page will be stored here, because the capacity is total of 12 pages. The buffer capacity of the printer is only of 12 pages. Okay, so first it will print the 5 pages. The moment it print 5 pages, this slot of 5 will be empty, and this 6 will move here, and remaining 3 pages will then come to the buffer of the printer. Like so, in this way, you can say that Q is having an application, right? Q is having an application. Now, what happens at some stage? Suppose by mistake you have given the command of printout, right? So, what you do normally? What you do? Can anyone tell me? If you want to stop the printing, what we do? We open the devices printer and we right click and we say cancel the command, right? करते हैं हम ऐसा? Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes, we do like this, right? So what will happen at that time, if suppose this is not yet printed, right? This 5 are being printing currently, and you have given this, so still it is not being printed, so this memory will remain, will get vacant. Okay, this, that means what we are doing, we are deleting element from the queue, right? We are deleting element from the queue. Okay, now here what is element? Elements are pages. Okay, that's why I told you that the data can be int, it can be char, it can be string, it can be any paragraph or pages, whatever it may be, right? It can, the data you can store in queue can be of any type, right? So our first intention is what? To decide the size of the queue. What will be the size of queue? Because the printer won't have indefinite memory, right? The printer won't have indefinite or infinite memory. So whatever the buffer size of the printer, that will be the size of queue, right? But as I told you in stack, right, if this buffer memory of the printer we want to extend, then what we do, we use RAM of our CPU or our PC. What we use? RAM of PC. Means from this RAM of the PC, the data will go to buffer, and from your program, whatever data you want, you will store the data in this RAM. From RAM it will go to the buffer, and from buffer it will go to the printer. Okay, so if this is the case, then the size of the queue can be extended. But definitely, the extension of the size will be limited to the size of the RAM of your PC. Okay. So as far as data is concerned and size is concerned, we can store any kind of data, and we can extend the size of the queue limited to the size of RAM of your PC, not more than that. Okay. Then next comes operation, because if we talk about ADT, we have to talk about data, size, and operations. So we have talked about data, we have talked about size, and we are even now we will talk about operations. So very first operation will be to insert the element in the queue. The very first operation will be what? To insert the element. Now, how to insert the element? Suppose I am having this queue, right? This is an empty queue, right? For example, initially the queue is empty. Okay. So what you will tell me, where the element should be inserted?
First.
Yeah, first. Okay. That means you will require a pointer which will point to first location, right? Which will point to first location. Am I right? So when the stack is queue is empty, what will happen? Pointer is pointing to the first location. That means it will point to this location. This is my first location. So the element will be inserted here. The element will be inserted here. Suppose the element is 10. So I can say 10 is inserted here. Now it's not that you will insert only one element. You have to insert other element. So for that purpose, what should happen? For inserting other element, what should happen?
We have
कोई
to
बोल
increase
सकते हैं?
pointer.
हाँ?
We have to increase the pointer.
Yeah, we have to update the pointer and now it should point to second location. Earlier it was pointing to first location. Now it should point to second location, right? And suppose my data is 20. Now if I am inserting the element, the pointer is pointing to second element and then 20 will be inserted and so on, so forth, right? So for inserting the element, what you will do, you will insert the element to the location pointed by this pointer and then you will increment the pointer by 1. Okay, you will update the pointer and it should point to the next location. So how long this process will go on? Inserting element कब तक चलता रहेगा ये?
Size of the
जब तक
queue.
क्यू फुल नहीं हो जाता है, राइट? जब तक क्यू फुल नहीं हो जाता है. ओके, सो विच ऑपरेशन वी विल रिक्वायर्ड is queue full, right? Another operation which we want to perform is that whether queue is full or not. So if pointer is pointing to the last element, right? So what you should know? You should know the pointer and you should know the size. Okay, so pointer is incremented. How many times it is incremented? It should increment till the value of size is reached. Suppose I am having the value of size is 5. Okay, and initially the pointer is pointing to say location 10. Okay, so the pointer which you are incrementing, you have to compare the value of pointer with starting address, right? Starting address plus size. If the pointer value is equal to the starting address plus size, then what you can conclude? That my queue is full. My queue is full. Okay, so what you should do now, before inserting the element, you must check whether queue is full or not. If queue is full, you have to simply say can't insert element. क्या बोलेंगे आप लोग? Can't insert element. Okay, so two operations we have seen, insert and is queue full. The third operation, which will be what? क्या हो सकता है आपके हिसाब से?
Remove or delete.
To remove the element from the queue. Okay, जब insert है तो क्या होगा? दूसरा remove होगा element. Now, which element should be removed? Can you tell me which element should be removed? The element which is at the starting of the stack. Okay, but now what we have done, we have incremented this pointer. Okay, we have incremented this pointer. So if my pointer is pointing here, right? So I cannot remove this element. I have to remove this element. So what is required now? We will require another pointer, right? Which will point to always first location. Okay, which will point to always this location. Okay, so I will have, say I am calling as front pointer and rear pointer. I can call as front pointer and rear pointer. The front pointer will point to the location from where you have to remove the element and the rear pointer will tell you where to insert the element, right? Because your front pointer will always be constant in this case. Huh? In this case, the front pointer will be always constant because here this is the starting address of the queue. Okay, so the 10 will be removed. So what should happen when the 10 is removed? What should happen? The 20 should be moved to 10. position. The 20 should be moved to 10 position. So your next queue will be 20. So will be at the top first, and then next element will be here. Okay. So now front is pointing to 20. So if you again remove the element, 20 will be removed. Okay. So what is the drawback of this type of queue? Can anyone tell me?
We have to shift after every
Yeah,
op.
when you are removing the element, you have to shift other elements, right? When you are going to remove one element, at the same time, what you need to do, you have to shift other elements one position towards right or left, whatever may be the case. Only thing when you are inserting the element, the complexity is simple because only you have to put the element which is pointed by now rear pointer, right? Rear pointer means पीछे का जहां से हम डाटा इंसर्ट कर सकते हैं लास्ट पॉइंटर ओके तो how long you will remove the elements, how long you will remove the elements till q becomes empty है ना कब तक रिमूव करेंगे जब तक q empty नहीं हो जाता है तब तक ही कर सकते हो बराबर so one more function which you will require is q empty right so before removing element you have to check whether q is empty or not if q is empty you can't remove the element right if q is empty you can't remove the element okay so these are the four of and one more thing which we must do suppose my printer is not working now right क्या हो गया प्रिंटर में प्रॉब्लम आ गया तो उस केस में क्या होना चाहिए उस केस में क्या होना चाहिए कैन एनीवन टेल मी आर यू एबल टू रीड दिस स्क्रीन हेलो
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
यस ना हाँ थोड़ा राइटिंग वो पैड पे लिखता हूँ ना तो थोड़ा राइटिंग वैसे नहीं आ पाती है जो बोर्ड पे लिखते हैं वैसे राइटिंग इस पे नहीं आ पा रही है ये बहुत छोटा एरिया है मेरे पास में उसमें मुझे लिखना पड़ रहा है सो इफ प्रिंटर इज नॉट वर्किंग व्हाट शुड हैपन द एंटायर क्यू मस्ट बी रिमूव्ड राइट अगर प्रिंटर ही काम नहीं कर रहा है तो हमको क्या करना है क्यू में जितना भी डाटा है वो सब रिमूव करना है क्योंकि हम क्या करेंगे फिर आपके नेटवर्क में हो सकता है कि जैसा ऐसा नेटवर्क आपका ये आप यूजर्स हो राइट these are the users and for this user there are two printers right two printers now you have sent data to this printer and these are sending data to this printer but suppose this printer is not working what should happen whatever commands you have given here right now what you will do you will give command to this printer right you will give command to this printer now all are accessing the same one printer only and you have done your work right you have printed your data here now once the technician will come and if he repairs the printer and if there is some data remains in this buffer what will happen when the printer will start it will start printing the data which is there in the buffer area of this printer right so what should happen if the printer is not working what should happen automatically this buffer area must be vacant that means this queue must be empty queue को क्या करना चाहिए हमें empty करना चाहिए right so that's why what I have said that at some time you may require to remove the entire data from the queue that means you may want to make the queue empty okay so in short what we can say that if we are using queue right then data we can store of any type we have to define the size and for operation purpose we need to perform the operations such as insert the element, remove the element, whether queue is full or whether queue is empty, or to remove or to make the entire queue empty. Right? These are the operations which we need to perform. Right? Now let us see the drawbacks. Also, we have seen drawback. What was the drawback? That if we are using array, if we are using, if we, sorry, if we are using array, right? Say for example, int q of 10, right? And q of 10. So your elements will be at q of 0, q of 1, so on so forth, q of 9. Okay. So first you will enter the element at q0, next q1, and so on you will go to q9. So if you are not using the policy of shifting, है ना, अभी मैंने shifting का बताया ना कि एक निकाला तो हम shift करेंगे, but if we are not using the policy of shifting, what will happen? क्या होगा? You can enter only 10 elements at a time, not more than that. Because if your pointer is simply incremented and it will reach 9, after 9, because of your size, the pointer won't be incremented and you won't be able to put the data in this queue. You can remove the data. So what will happen in that case? If you remove the data which is at the top, that is Q0, now the next element which you must remove is Q1. So your pointer will now point to 1. So instead of shifting the data, what we are doing, we are updating the pointer from which the data can be removed. This is also one of the strategy, but the drawback of this strategy will be what? That once you enter all the elements, once you enter all the elements, then unless you remove all the elements from the queue, you cannot enter other elements in the queue. ये समझा क्या आपको? नहीं तो मैं समझाता हूँ, एक मिनट में मैं ऐसे करता हूँ. 5 एलिमेंट का क्यू लेता हूँ मैं. यहाँ पर मैंने 1 2 3 4 5, मेरा फ्रंट की वैल्यू क्या आ गई? अब फ्रंट की वैल्यू आ गई 4, और सॉरी रियर की वैल्यू आ गई 4 और फ्रंट की वैल्यू है मेरी 0. आर की वैल्यू 4 आ गई, मतलब 0 1 2 3 4. हाँ, एलिमेंट्स आर 5 but the value of r will be 4. So if r is 4, your q is full. Now you will remove the element from the first end, front end. Okay, so f is 0, you have removed the element 1. Now you have made f as 1, right? So you will remove now 2. Now you have made f as 3, sorry 2. So you will remove this 3, then your f will be updated to 3 and you will remove 4, then your f will be updated to 4 and you will remove 5. Now what is happening here? The value of r is equal to f, right? The value of r is equal to f. So what does this mean? That your queue is empty. इसका मतलब क्या हो गया? जब r की वैल्यू f हो जाएगी, when rear and front are same, what does it mean? What does it mean? The queue is empty. So initially when your queue is empty, r is also pointing to the same location and f is also pointing to the same location. So value of r is 0, f is 0. So when both values are same, what you have to conclude? That the queue is empty. And now as soon as you are going to insert the element, the r will become 1, likewise r will become 2, so on so forth, right? And at one stage r will become 4 and the queue is full. Okay. And when you are removing element, f will get updated, and when f becomes r, again you can say that all elements are being removed and the queue is empty. then what you can do, again you can set R is equal to F is equal to 0. You can set now once again. So what is the drawback of this type of Q is that suppose your front is pointing to this, you have removed these three elements, right? These three elements you have removed. Now that means there are three vacant spaces are there in the queue. But since your R is here and F is here and R is not equal to F, what you will be doing? You can't, because R has reached the maximum value 5. Now you cannot increment the value, right? You cannot increment the value. So what you will assume that R is queue is full, even though there are some places in the queue which are vacant. Still, what will be your assumption that queue is full, right? If we implement the queue in this type, okay. So what is the solution for this? Can anyone tell me? कोई दिमाग में आ रहा है solution?
Hello, sir. Can you repeat this part?
Okay, I will just once again repeat. See, this is my initially my queue is empty, right? So my F is pointing to first location and my R is also pointing to first location. That is F is equal to 0 and R is equal to 0, right? Because there are no elements right now. Or you can initially say F is equal to -1 instead of 0 and R is equal to -1. So -1 tells that you have not used any space of Q. Okay. Now, when you want to enter the element, you will check the value of R and you will come to know the value of R is -1. Okay, that means what you'll assume that value of R is -1 means the queue is empty. So you will insert the element, means you will increment the value of R by 1, you will make it 0 and at 0th location now you will insert the element. So moment you insert first element, what you will do, you will increment F by 1 also. So you will do F plus plus and it will become now 0. Okay, that operation we have to perform because since there is one element in the queue, now F should point to 0 then, right? Now R is 0 and F is 0. Now if you want to insert other element, again you will increment R by 1. So you will make R as 1 and you will insert other element. So likewise, you are going on inserting the element and your R will become 4 here and I am inserting these elements here, right? If one after other, I am going on simply inserting the elements. Now after this, if I want to increment, I want to enter the value into the queue, what you will do? You will increment R by 5, R by 1. So R will become 5. So it has reached to the size of Q, right? So what you will say, Q is full, that you will say. And you will make R 4 again, right? 5 जो किया था आपने वो आप या फिर ऐसे भी कर सकते हैं आप कंपेयर करना रहा if R plus 1 is equal to size of Q then full, right? Else आप फिर R को इंक्रीमेंट कर सकते हो, राइट? ऐसा भी लॉजिक लगा सकते हो, हमारे ऊपर डिपेंड करता है कैसा लॉजिक लगाना है, कैसा ट्रीट करना है. हम सभी बातों के ऊपर चर्चा कर रहे हैं. ओके, सो नाउ what is the scenario that you have entered all the elements in the queue and queue is full and now your F is pointing to 0, R is pointing to 4. Now you are removing the element, right? So you have removed this element. So now F will point to first location, means second location, that is F will become 1, right? F will become 1. Now you remove this, F will become 2. So you remove this, F will become 3. So you remove this element, F will become 4. So you remove this element, right? F will become 5 if you increment it. So it reaches to the size of Q. So what you can say then, that my Q is empty, right? My Q is empty and R is equal to 5 will also that Q is full and F is equal to 5 will say that Q is empty, right? So this is contradiction, right? If R is 5 and F is also 5, what does this mean? That you have inserted 5 elements and you have removed 5 elements, right? right? So when you insert the elements and you remove the elements, the queue is empty now. Okay. So now you can again make R0 and F0 and you can restart entering the data. But if this is the case that your F is pointing here, right, to the F is pointing to the fourth number and you have removed these three numbers, right? And R is now 4. So if you want to insert the element, you have to increment R by 1. So R will become 5. So what R is 5 saying? That Q is full. But what is the actuality? That Q is having 3 elements vacant space, right? So this was my problem. Now how you will try to solve this problem? Because if R is equal to 5, the meaning of this is Q is full and still actually 3 elements are vacant in the queue. So does any solution comes to your mind?
So we can decrement the values instead of incrementing. We can
When
check.
uh,
We
what?
can check that if the previous element is vacant, so then
Hmm.
we have to decrement, and if the previous element exists, then we can increment the value.
No. Suppose now my F is pointing to 4 and my R is pointing to this 5. Okay, last element. Okay, and this means if it is 5, it is pointing to the end of queue, right? So now these first 3 spaces are vacant and we have not used the policy of shifting the data, right? Earlier what we are doing in previous case, we are shifting the data continuously. So if there is a vacant, immediately you will come to know that there are vacancies. But our principle of queue is what? P4, first in first out. तो अगर हम यहाँ पर डाटा देते हैं सपोज, राइट, दिस डाटा है ना, यहाँ पर नहीं दे सकते डाटा हम, ये 1 2 3, क्योंकि सबसे पहले डाटा कौन सा निकलना चाहिए? 4 निकलना चाहिए। समझ में आ रहा है क्या? प्रॉब्लम क्या है?
Yes, sir.
हाँ, तो इस पे सॉल्यूशन क्या है फिर? ऐसा
So
होना
can
चाहिए
we
क्या?
use a circular like structure?
Yeah. So I'm coming to that only because just see why there is a need of circular queue. If this is the situation, then we will need the circular queue, right? So because of such kind of problems, we will come across the circular queue, right? Suppose this is the queue. These are the elements in the queue, right? So when initially, suppose my R is equal to F is equal to say 0, for example. I can take -1 also, I can take 0 also. It depends on me that how I am interpreting those values. Okay. So for now, I am taking R and F. So what does this means? If R is equal to F, what is my conclusion? Q is empty. Q is empty. And what is the size of this queue? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. The size of Q is 9, right? Because I have drawn 9 elements. So size of Q is 9. Okay. So now I am going in this clockwise direction. If I insert the element, right? I have insert element here. My R will get increment by 1. So now R will become 1 and F is still your 0 here. Again you are inserting other element, so your R will now point to this and R will become 2. Likewise, if you are going on inserting the elements, right, your R is pointing to 3, R will be 4 here, 5 here, 6 here, 7 here, and 8 here, right? Now, if you want to insert the element, right, if you want to insert the element here, you will perform modulo 9 operation, right? Modulo 9 operation. So you will increment R by 1, 8 plus 1, and you will perform modulo 9, that is percent 9. So 8 plus 1 is what? 9. And 9% 9 is what? 0. Right? So if R is equal to F, क्योंकि F कितना भी अपने एक भी निकाला नहीं, तो F की वैल्यू क्या है? 0. So if R is equal to F, what you will say? Q is full. क्या बोलेंगे आप लोग? Q is full. लेकिन अगर आपने ये एलिमेंट डाल दिया आखिरी में और अब आपने एक निकाला एलिमेंट यहाँ से, ये 1 को निकाला, राइट? तो f यहाँ पर 0 था, और जैसे 1 को निकालेगा f को आप इंक्रीमेंट कर देंगे 1 से, तो f इज नाउ पॉइंटिंग टू दिस. तो नाउ r इज इक्वल टू 8 एंड f इज व्हाट, r क्या आपका 8 है और f क्या आपका 1 है. अब अगर हम ऐड करना चाहते हैं, सो देखो 8 प्लस 1% 9, सो ये कितना बचेगा 0, और f क्या हो गया आपका 1 हो गया, राइट? तो r और f इक्वल है क्या? नहीं. इसका मतलब क्या हो गया कि ये 0 लोकेशन पे आप डाटा डाल सकते हो. तो नाउ यू कैन इंसर्ट वन एलिमेंट हियर इन दिस लोकेशन, राइट? और ये कैसा होगा, f आगे आगे जाएगा, r उसके पीछे पीछे आएगा, और ऐसा चलता रहेगा, right? So if there are vacant elements, definitely you will be able to store those elements if you are using the concept of circular. तो सर्कुलर क्यू में क्या है, क्या एडवांटेज मिलता है? यू डोंट हैव टू रिमूव द डेटा, राइट? यू डोंट हैव टू रिमूव शिफ्ट द डेटा इफ यू आर रिमूविंग इट फ्रॉम द क्यू. उसको शिफ्ट करने की जरूरत है क्या? नहीं. बट स्ट्रेट क्यू में, मतलब स्ट्रेट क्यू में अगर हम ले रहे हो, लीनियर क्यू मतलब स्ट्रेट मतलब लीनियर क्यू, तो हमको शिफ्ट करना पड़ेगा. हमको क्या करना पड़ेगा? शिफ्ट करना पड़ेगा. जैसे जैसे डाटा निकलता जाएगा वैसे वैसे डाटा शिफ्ट करना पड़ेगा. तो एट द कॉस्ट ऑफ शिफ्टिंग we can make use of queue if the elements are vacant in the queue, but that is not the case in circular queue. In circular queue there is no need to shift the data because we are treating in a circular fashion and we are performing a modulo operation, right? And that's why the circular queue is advantageous as compared to linear queue. So any doubt in this?
No,
Yes?
sir.
Anyone else?
No, sir.
Any doubt so far?
No, sir.
No. Okay, fine. So, what we will do, we will stop our lecture today here, and I will try to take one more extra lecture whenever I will find time. I will just put the information in the group. If you will say yes, then I will take one more extra lecture because my lectures are Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. So yesterday I missed my lecture because of some meetings. So that lecture I have to compensate. So I will compensate either on Monday or on Tuesday. If some faculty will give his slot, if he is engaged in some other activity, I will just take his slot and I'll try to compensate that lecture either on Monday or on Tuesday. Fine? Okay. So I will take attendance.
Yes, sir.
Don't leave unless I